Call it Stormy Monday. Here's a brilliant track from the Allman Brothers from the album Live at the Fillmore East. I've played this song for years in jams and in classes in all sorts of places. It's a lot of fun. It's not very difficult, and like any self-respecting blues, it has 12 bars, but it does have a slightly unusual, slightly deviant chord progression. So we'll look at the chords first, we'll sketch out the basics, and then we'll look at some voicings, some alternative shapes that are really going to take this to the next level. We're in the key of G here, and we begin with a bar of G, and for now I'm going to play G7. We're going to move that up a level in a while, but for now G7 like this is an E7 bar chord on the 3rd fret. Then I've got a bar of C, so C7, everything in the blues is going to be a 7, and then back to G7 for 2 bars. Oh, they call it Stormy Monday. Yeah, but Tuesday's just as bad. Now, if you know this track, you'll know that actually we go up a fret and back down again. So it's G7, A flat 7, and back down. So the first 4 bars now are, oh, they call it Stormy Monday. Yeah, but Tuesday's just as bad. Then we get 2 bars of C7 and back to G7. Yeah, they call it Stormy Monday. Yeah, but Tuesday's just as bad. And actually now we have another little deviation. We get half a bar each of G7 when we land back on that. Then it's A minor 7. Then B minor 7, so I'm playing an A minor 7 shaped bar on the 2nd fret, and then it's down a fret to B flat minor 7. So, yeah, they call it Stormy Monday. Oh, but Tuesday's just as bad. Then we get D7. I'm just going to play a cowboy chord for now, and we'll change it to something a bit more interesting in a moment. Wednesday's even worse. Now, normally in the blues at this point you go to C7 chord 4, but we're going to go to C minor. So, Wednesday's even worse for a bar. Oh, but Thursday's oh so sad. And we finish with half a bar each of G7, C7, G7 and D7. But in fact, I'm going to do this. D7 sharp 5 or D7 augmented. I actually only need to bar across the 3rd fret of the 2nd and 3rd strings, but that just gives me a bit more leverage if I move my barring finger across the neck like that. But that's it. Oh, Wednesday's even worse and Thursday's oh so sad. And I can leave the bar on the 3rd fret from the G7, so that's easy enough to find. Okay, that's the whole thing, once from the top, and then we'll look at some more interesting chord shapes. Oh, they call it Stormy Monday. Yeah, but Tuesday's just as bad. Yeah, they call it Stormy Monday. Oh, but Tuesday's just as bad. A minor 7, B minor 7, B flat minor 7. Wednesday's even worse, C minor, yeah, Thursday's oh so sad. And we're into the next verse. Okay, in terms of the chord shapes that we've got, this G7, that's okay. It's a bit folksy, if I'm honest. Let's play something a bit more bluesy, a bit more jazz, in fact. And I'm going to put my 1st finger on the 3rd fret of the bottom string here. I've got my 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 4th string. I'm not playing the 5th string, but, you know, my 1st finger's just going to kind of mute that. Then I've got my 3rd finger on the 4th fret of the 3rd string, and my little finger is up on the 5th fret of the 2nd string. That's also muting the top string a bit. That actually gives me G13. And that's a really nice way of adding a bluesy quality to a straight 7 chord. So instead of G7, I'm going to play G13. Now, when I go to C7, I could actually play it up here as C13, but that's a kind of lot of moving about. So I'm going to play something closer to hand. I'm going to do this. I'm going to put my 1st finger on the 2nd fret of the 4th string, 2nd finger on the 3rd fret of the 5th, third finger on the third fret of the third string, and my little finger's up on the third fret of the second string. I hope I said that right. And I'm going to play this. This is C9. Now, if I happen to catch the top string, never mind. I could actually mush that finger. A lot of people play that. You'll see this like this a lot. To play a 5-string shape, I generally just do it like this, but you could do that. That's my C9. So now I've got two alternatives for a straight 7 chord. A 13, which I could play here for G7, or up here for C7, and then I've got a 9. This is C9 here, and again for G, I could play that up there. Probably I'm going to stick down here anyway, because it's just easier to play down there and sounds a bit beefier. But there I've got two perfectly good alternatives for my G7 and C7 chords. For the D augmented, I'm going to stay with that. That's really nice. I'm going to leave that like that. But for the minor chords, well, the C minor, I'm going to stay like that for now. But let's look at what we can do with the A minor, B flat minor 7 chords. This is a really common jazz shape, and it gets used in blues too. My second finger is on the bottom string at the 5th fret. This is for A minor 7. And remember that kind of mushed finger I had for the C9 thing? Well, I'm going to use that. Going to mush across the 2nd, 3rd and 4th strings now. So I've got my second finger down here, and then my third finger is across the 2nd, 3rd and 4th. I'm not playing the 5th string, not playing the top string, but I'm kind of muting them. But listen, that's great. That's A minor 7. If I move that up a couple of frets, B minor 7 and B flat minor 7. And now we've got some more interesting, more authentic shapes. Let's try the whole thing with these new shapes. Oh, they call it Stormy Monday. Yeah, but Tuesday's just as bad. Just up a fret for the A flat. So it's A flat 13 and back. Yeah, they call it Stormy Monday. Yeah, but Tuesday's just as bad. Wednesday's even worse. So that's my D7. I'm going to play it up here as D9. Wednesday's even worse than Thursdays. Now my C minor, I could do that, but I could actually take it up there. It's the same voicing. Oh, Wednesday's even worse than Thursday's, oh so sad. That's better. Now, in fact, on the Allman Brothers live version of this song, we have Dickie Betts playing one guitar, Duane Allman obviously playing the other, and neither of them actually play this stuff. Greg Allman's playing organ, and we got plenty of stuff going on. But here's a little riff, and they actually both play this at slightly different points. We get this. Okay, so let's look at that. I've got, looks like a displaced D7, but you can see hopefully first finger on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, and the 2nd and 3rd fingers are either side on the 3rd fret of the 4th and 2nd strings. Now I'm going to move all that up 2 frets, sliding as I pick, and then come down. Okay, and you'll hear, I don't know who plays which first, but you'll hear this. And then the other one just does that. Okay, that's on the G. So instead of this whole G thing, we get this. And in the playthrough in a moment, I might revert to this just to give it a bit of an authentic feel. But if you had more than one guitar and somebody was bashing out the G13 or G7 or whatever, you could play that. And when it gets to the C chord, we have the same thing, but up here. Okay, so that's actually up at the 9th and 10th frets, going down to the 7th and 8th. So it's going to be a bit daft playing it like this, but let's try. Call it Stormy Monday. Yeah, but Tuesday's just as bad. And it just goes up a fret there for the A flat. Yeah, they call it Stormy Monday. Yeah, but Tuesday's just as... And then we stop all that because now we do get into all that minor 7 stuff. But that's that riff. Up here, that's a little tricky to find that maybe up on the 9th and 10th down to the 7th and 8th. But the same notes are on the top 3 strings at the 5th fret and the 3rd fret. So you go... barring with whatever finger. So you could do it that way. Oh, they call it Stormy Monday. Yeah, but Tuesday's just the same. Okay, let's have a playthrough. 2, 3. Call it Stormy Monday. Yeah, but Tuesday's just as bad. Oh, they call it Stormy Monday. Oh, but Tuesday's just as sad. Wednesday's even worse, and Thursday's oh so sad. But the eagle flies on Friday. Saturdays I go out to play. Saturdays I go out to play. Sundays I go to church and I get down on my knees and pray. Well, Lord, Lord, have mercy. Lord have mercy on me. Well, Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy on me. I've been trying to find my baby. Won't someone please bring her home to me? And that's it.